How's it going, YouTube? We are back with another list for the MLB, the top 10 third baseman this season. And look at me go. Consistent uploads, who would have thought? Not me. For the MLB, they have Eugenio Suarez at 10, Gio Urshela at 9, Donaldson at 8, Chapman at 7, Turner at 6, Machado at 5, Ramirez at 4, Arenado at 3, Bregman at 2, and Rendon at 1. So this list is going to be a tough one because there's a lot of really good names here. This is probably going to be the best list we'll find positionally in the MLB right now. I think third base is probably the deepest position this year. We're going to start with Eugenio Suarez. I can't really find an excuse to put him ahead of anyone up there. Gio Urshela, really good on defense, good bat last season. Only thing I can really find with Eugenio is the immense amount of power that he has. He could potentially be a 40 home run guy, maybe even a 50 home run guy this year. Plays in Cincinnati, it's a small field. So the 50 threshold might not be that much of a problem for him. But he's still not really better than any of the other names here. So it's a really tough list to crack if you are a third baseman. Let's do this. Justin Turner at number 9. I don't think he played any better than Chapman, Donaldson, or Urshela this season. Maybe better than Donaldson, but I think we're starting to see some realistic and expected regression from him. His bat wasn't as good as it has been in the past. His defense is starting to fall a little bit. He has looked good in spring training on defense, but he definitely won't be getting any better. He's not getting any younger. So he ends up in the number 9 spot for me. And then here, we're going to go Donaldson. Kind of for the same reasons, getting older already. The glove's not what it used to be. He's still got power, not going to make as much contact as he used to. Still great against lefties. But when you look at how tough this list is to crack, it's just, you don't really, there's not really any room for error here. And it's just, it's just a tough list, man. All these guys are really good players, and I like all of them. But like total opposite of what the second baseman list was, where it's the top 5 that are just elite, and then the rest are just kind of like there. You know what I mean? So number 7 with Donaldson. We're gonna go Urshela. Gio Urshela at number 7. Fantastic player. Great potential. Young. Really young. Great defense. Maybe ends up playing a little bit of shortstop this season. I know he's taking reps over there. Power is good. Contact is good. And he's got a good arm. He's a really, really good, well-rounded third baseman. And a young one to go at that. A lot of potential. Maybe he's a top 5 third baseman coming into next season. Here we go. This is where things start to get tough a little bit. Alex Bregman. So he takes one of the biggest dips on the list. I'm going from 2 to 6 on mine. He had a horrible year. All the way around, he had a horrible year. Didn't hit in the playoffs, didn't hit in the regular season. His defense was okay, but if Alex Bregman is not hitting, he doesn't really provide a lot for your team because his defense is not better than a lot of the guys on this list. He's still young, still extremely talented. World Series champ, but a lot of respect has been lost for him, and for MLB to put him at 2nd is a very, very interesting selection. Now this one should be pretty easy. Matt Chapman. The best, I'm going to say the best defensive third baseman. I think he's a better defensive third baseman than Nolan Arenado is. I think that Platinum Glove winners multiple times, him and Arenado, they could really go at it. I would love to see them like do some kind of fielding competition or something at third base, because those two are just magicians over there. Power numbers are good. Not going to hit for a super high average. Looking more like 250, 260. Good against the lefties. Could use some work on against the righties, but when it comes to his defense being that elite, you could put him in the top 5 for sure, in my opinion. And now, if we're going based off of last season, Nolan Arenado, one of my favorite players. Didn't hit very well to start. Obviously, he wasn't happy in Colorado, which could have contributed to his lack of drive to really perform to his standards. Dodger killer in the past, so I'm glad he's gone back into the National League Central to go meet up with another Dodger killer and Paul Goldschmidt. So maybe that's the Cardinal strategy this year: just build a team full of Dodger killers, and then hope you make a deep enough playoff run to run into them, and then you have yourself a chance. So Arenado at 4 means that Jose Ramirez goes 3. Yeah, for a second I thought it spelled his name wrong. Switch hitter, power, lots of power, decent defense. Great season, really. He had a great year. Earns himself a top 3 spot. That's pretty much all I have to say about him, other than that he's the only player on that team right now because the Indians pretty much traded everyone else or let them go. And him and Bieber are going to have to put in some work to get them into a competitive spot for that American League Central. But now rounding out our bottom of the list, the best players, Manny Machado. And even though he did get MVP votes, I feel like we're still, he's still caught under the shadow of Fernando Tatis Jr. And right now, as I speak, Fernando Tatis Jr. is not as good as Manny Machado. A lot of you may see that as a crime for me to say, but it's just the truth. Tatis hasn't played a full season. Manny Machado's played a lot of full seasons. Manny Machado's got a lot of MVP votes in the past. Gold Gloves, you know what I mean? Silver Sluggers, All-Star selections. Manny Machado right now is the best player on that team. Whether he's the face or not, he's not the face, obviously. Tatis is the face, but just because you're the face of a franchise doesn't mean that you're the best player on that franchise. Just gonna say it. And then Rendon. Excuse the noise, sorry. Helicopter flying by, pretty low to the ground, I guess. Anthony Rendon. So he started off pretty slowly last season and then picked it up and just does Anthony Rendon things. Hits lots of home runs, hits for average, tough with 2 strikes. Just a real pain for any pitcher that's going against him on any given day. I said Anthony Rendon was the best third baseman before they won the World Series in 2019. And everybody said that you are nuts to think that. Well, here he is. MLB has him on number 1. I have him on number 1. He's the best third baseman in the league right now, and that's that. But please leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe, comment what you guys think about my list or your own personal list, and what lists you'd like to see done in the future. I'll see you guys next time.